What is your dominant vibration? I'm Brian Withers, empowerment coach, trainer, and author. Well, your dominant vibration is, I could say, your dominant thought. What is your dominant thought? And it's the same thing because your thought is a vibration. And you could even say what's your dominant belief, because your dominant belief is just a thought that you keep thinking. So those things are all interchangeable. And we want to know what our dominant thought is, because when we're in a situation and we don't like the way it is, if our dominant thought is about the way it is, then it can't change because the vibration isn't changing. So let's have a look at this. So we grow up in this physical world. As a child, we get lots of information that's faulty because we don't have the knowledge of life, and so it fills in with a lot of faulty beliefs. And then we grow up, and we still have those faulty beliefs that we picked up, and our world is manifesting in accordance with those beliefs. And so, as we interpret the world, we are interpreting it only from a physical perspective. We have no other point of reference. So, of course, it's all about our five senses, and it's all about making things happen. Negative emotion is just something to endure. It's not seen in any other way. And so life is really a physical experience. So it's not surprising that our dominant thoughts would always be about the way that life is, our current conditions. But as we know, if we continue to have dominant thoughts, that's focus on the things that we don't like, and we're talking about them, then that's the energy. It's low vibration. It's not the high vibration of the thing that we want. I mean, we still want what we want, but our focus is pretty well exclusively on the conditions as they are. And those conditions are the manifestation of our dominant thought energy, you could say our beliefs, and we pick those up as a child. So our life is really playing out in a way that matches what we came to believe about it when we were a child. And that's pretty interesting to think about. But it doesn't have to stay like that, because now we're learning this beautiful knowledge of life that tells us all about what did happen, and then what we can do about it and get back to our natural high vibration life, displace all those faulty beliefs, and get our natural beliefs into place. So let's look at this. Same diagram here, and I've added in vibrational reality, because with the creative process, we no longer have to focus only on the physical world. We could have dominant thoughts that are different than what's happening on the physical world. We could have dominant thoughts about what's going on in vibrational reality, all those things that the contrast caused us to ask for in our inner being set up. And we can think about those things, and we can feel them. And so as we do that, then our dominant thought energy is a vibrational match. We're high vibration now. And we can add to that to make it a complete high vibration. We can look at our current life from a perspective that we see it serving us. And it served us because it helped us to be clear about what we wanted. And our inner being set that up. First as a vibrational reality. And then, of course, as we're in a matching vibration to it, it comes into our physical reality, and it will replace the current manifestation that we do not like. So let's have a look at some things in our life, and you can decide if where your dominant thought is. So if you are, in each one of these instances, what is your dominant thought? So what is your dominant thought if you are looking at a body that has an ailment? Is it about the ailment, or is it about the healthy body? Now, I could also say, if you're looking at a body and you feel that you're overweight, is your dominant thought about the overweightness, or is it about the fitness? Okay, so wherever your focus goes, that's your dominant energy, and that is what's going to continue to manifest. So what is your dominant thought if you are in a job you don't like? Is it about the job you don't like or the one you do? So if you're looking at a job, you're being part of a job, you're experiencing a job, and you don't like it, are you thinking about it in ways that you don't like it? Or are you thinking about the positive aspects of it and the job that's on the way to you? If you do, you're high vibration. Your dominant thoughts are a vibrational match to what you want, and they can begin to manifest. But if you're focused on the way it is that you don't like it, the same old way that we grew up, focusing on the physical world, then it's going to stay the same because it's the same energy. What is your dominant thought if your relationship partner is not being what you want? Is it about the unwanted aspects or the wanted? So in a relationship, we're always going to find things, even if we have a good connection, it's natural that things are going to come up. There's going to be natural contrast. So where are we letting our dominant thoughts go? On the parts that we do not like, on the contrast in the way that we don't like it, or the positive aspects about the contrast, which is it caused expansion, and now those new qualities are available for us to receive. So again, are we focusing on the joy of what's on the way, the new and improved version, the upgraded version, and feeling the joy of the current version and the positive aspects of it? Or are we looking at it in a way that we're feeling those negative aspects? And wherever your dominant energy is going to determine how that relationship moves forward. It's going to expand and grow into more joy, or there's going to be some rough road as there's a negative focus on aspects that are unwanted. What is your dominant thought if your bank account is not what you want? Is it about the money situation you have or the money situation you want? So again, as we look at the physical world and we see all those physical things about money, are they the things that our dominant vibration, our dominant thoughts are about in terms of money? Or do we have different dominant thoughts about money, even as the current condition exists where we don't have the money that we want in the physical world? We have it in vibrational reality. And are we thinking about it there as on the way and it's easy? Or are we looking at physical reality and thinking it's hard, going to be hard to get it? So we got to think about how we're thinking about things. Because if our dominant thoughts about the things that we don't like continue to be thoughts that we don't like about that thing, that's our dominant thought process, and it's our dominant vibration. And when you have that dominant vibration about the way something is, then it stays the same. It's only when you have a new dominant thought about things that you don't like that match the thing that you do want, the new version of it, then that's a change in energy and it can begin to manifest. What is your dominant thought if you are homeless or jobless or moneyless or relationshipless and you want those things? Is it on the current condition or the condition you want? So if what you're thinking about dominantly is the condition that you have that you don't like, then it's going to stay the same. Is that what you're looking at? Is that what you're talking about? Now, I understand from the way that we grow up, it's physical reality is intoxicating. We look at it and it feels so real, so permanent, so fixed, like it's doing something to us. But it's none of that. It's a flowing river. It's just showing up in relation to your vibration. And when you don't like it, then a new version is set up as a vibrational reality for you to receive. So you can see that you must, if you want your life to change, you must learn to focus differently so that you have dominant thoughts. Your dominant thoughts are about the way you want it. And then it can be that way, because that's where the energy is. What is your dominant thought if someone did something to you that you didn't like? Is it about their positive aspects or what you didn't like? So we know that we have many relationships, neighbors, store clerks, co-workers, family, all kinds of people in our life. And when you have a dominant thought about somebody and it's low vibration, it's a negative feeling thought, then that is the way that that relationship is going to continue to be, because through your dominant thoughts, you're inviting them to stay in your life in that way. So we want to change our dominant thoughts about those people. And you might think they don't deserve for you to have good feeling thoughts about them. But your thoughts about them doesn't affect them, it affects you. So you could say, well, maybe they don't deserve for you to have a good feeling thought about them, but you do. You deserve a good feeling thought at all times, not only about the people in your life, but any of your current circumstances, no matter what they are. You deserve to have a good feeling thought about them because they helped you to ask for what you want. And it's a vibrational reality, and you can certainly have a good feeling thought about that. And so you can have a good feeling thought about anything because it's all serving you. And you deserve to have the things that you want, which means you deserve to choose a good feeling thought so you can receive the things that you want and deserve to have. You came to have the things that you want. You're born deserving to have the things that you want. So, what is your dominant thought as you go through your day on the different things in your day? What is your dominant thought about the people in your life, the circumstances that you're in, the activities you're engaging in? What is your dominant thought about them? And you can know by looking at the emotion that you feel. When you feel a negative emotion, you know your dominant thought is supporting more of what you don't want. And when your emotion is positive, you know your dominant thought is supporting the receiving of more of that you like. So you get to choose. You are the creator of your reality. And your dominant thought is your dominant vibration. And that is the energy that the law picks up. The law of attraction is picking that up, and it is returning that to you. So you can know very clearly as you go through your day where your dominant thoughts are about the various topics of your day in life. And if the dominant thought is not a positive feeling thought, then you have got to do some work. You've got to do some deconstruction. And you've got to get rid of those thoughts and replace them with the thoughts that feel good, with the thoughts that are, you could say, a vibrational match to what you want, which is positive emotion. You want to replace them with thoughts that come with positive emotion, because now you know you're in the vibration of everything you want. So that's a very good way and tool for you to check yourself as you go through the day. You might want to stop a few times through the day. What have my dominant thoughts been on this topic and that person and so on and so forth? You want to catch yourself. Catch yourself with thoughts that are negative, because now you know your dominant thought is about what you don't like about a situation. And that means you're going to continue to invite it to come back to you. And you don't want to do that. You want to invite the thing that you want, the thing that is set up in vibrational reality by your inner being, who set it up, because that thing you don't want, that situation you don't want, cause you to ask for it. So you ask for it, just recognize that, and get yourself ready to receive it. And you do that with dominant thoughts that have positive emotion. Dominant thoughts about your situation. Even when you don't like it, you find thoughts about it that are positive emotion. And you can do that because you can find positive aspects about it. Okay, that's the message for today. Thanks for listening in. If you have any questions, leave them on the post, and enjoy your day.